Hey everybody, this is Jensen with Red Rock Crawlers, and today we're going to be replacing the ball joints on the Jeep. I've known for a while that they've been in need of replacement, so we're going to show you how it's done. I'm sure there's other ways to do it. I'm just a guy in a garage that likes to work on his Jeep, so hopefully this is helpful to you. Let's get started.
Hey Daddy, can I?
Say hi.
Hi.
As you can see, my kids were super helpful. A quick test you can do yourself: you put your Jeep up on some jacks and put a shovel underneath the tire and lift up on it like this.
Yeah.
And if you have movement in the tire, then you know your ball joints are bad. I gotta fix the Jeep
Whoa.
so we can go.
Daddy, run to the big tire.
After removing the tire, you've got to get the brake caliper and bracket out of the way. You may want to secure the brake caliper with a zip tie so it doesn't fall and damage the brake line. Try and keep the rotor as clean as possible. Just set it out of the way. Now it's time to get all those steering components out of the way so you can get into the knuckle. I don't have a separator, so I just went with the old school method. Be careful when you're removing that wheel speed sensor. They're small and easy to break. Okay. I recommend alternating sides as you're pulling the shaft out. It just makes it easier. You also want to be careful of damaging those inner seals as you're pulling the shaft out of the tube. If you still have stock shafts up front like I do, this is a good time to make sure those splines aren't twisted. Got the knuckle off, and we're finally ready to press these out and press in the new ones. I went with Synergy ball joints for a couple of reasons. I've used their products before and I really like them. I've also talked to other people that have had these same ball joints, and they said they've had them for 5+ years and they do a lot of off-roading with them, and they've lasted just fine. So I'm hoping that these will last me a long time, and I guess I'll have to put them in and see how they go, but I'm excited to not have the loose front end anymore. It's finally out. I actually don't think the top ones were that worn out, but I'm not just going to replace the bottom ones. I'm going to do them all, so anyway, top's out. This was my wishful thinking that impact was going to be strong enough to turn the press. Now that's a worn out ball joint. Now the only suggestion I might make here is when you're putting these in, when you're pressing them in, just make sure that your nut zerk is in a position that will allow you to grease it. You know, you don't want to have it facing in towards the knuckle. That will be really hard to get to. So just have it facing, you know, maybe front or to the back. I'm probably going to do it to the back. Now Synergy does recommend that you point that nut zerk forward towards the front of the Jeep. With the bottom ones in nice and snug, you repeat the process on the top. Well, here we are, day 2. I got pretty frustrated yesterday. I went through 2 different ball joint press sets, one from O'Reilly's and one from AutoZone, and they both seemed to be, you know, missing one piece or another that just wasn't working quite right. So anyway, I got a press from my friend and it looks like it's going to work just fine. But last night, after I turned the camera off, I got a little bit more done. So let me show you, I guess, where I'm at now and kind of how we're finishing up here. Okay, so the passenger side is done. New Synergy ball joints there, both top and bottom. And last night I got the driver's side ball joints out, and I'm in the process of putting them in now. I got the bottom one about halfway in, and then it will be just getting everything put back together. And I've made a huge mess, as usual. I don't normally recommend Harbor Freight tools, but man, this Harbor Freight press set made life so much easier. Synergy recommends that you torque those nuts down to 80 pounds. Once again, as you're sliding those shafts back into the tube, just don't force anything. You don't want to push those seals into the pumpkin. I just like to wipe any dirt off of those rotors so they don't get into the pads and scratch up the rotors too bad. As you're putting everything back together, just double check to make sure everything is tight and everything that should be moving is moving, etc. And don't forget to grease up those new ball joints. You might notice that the steering linkage is a different color than when I pulled it out. I figured since I had it out, I may as well paint it up. After all, you're not a true mall crawler until you have color coordinated parts. Just a final check to make sure everything is moving the way it should. Okay, well there you go, you guys. We got the Jeep fixed. We got the new ball joints in, and we're excited to go test it out. These guys have been asking to go Jeeping for 2 days now, so it's about time we go. Can you guys say, let's go Jeeping?
Let's go Jeeping!
Yay! Okay. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Now this is the most important step. After you get everything back together, you gotta go wheeling to test it out. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'd love to have you on the Red Rock Crawler team, so please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And leave a comment down below what your favorite part was. We're not taking a picture.
Oh.
We're making a movie.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay.
Are we getting a movie?
We're making a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Jeep is fixed.
The Jeep is fixed.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm not ready to go yet.
You're not ready to go Jeeping?
No, I have mommy's boots on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You've got mommy's boots on.
Yeah. But I can't go Jeeping with these.
No, you can't.
No. Woo. And I gotta go Jeeping so I can help you fix the Jeep.
Okay. It's the air gun.
Hold on.
Yep.
Whoa. That is one. That is one cookie out.
Here.
Why?
Right there.
Why?
So that the camera.
I just turn not to touch them.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's put those over here.
Wait, Daddy.
Right here.
Okay. And why are you going to dig? Why?
We're not gonna dig.
Yeah.